What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever.
Period, mama.
I'm your host, Pharaoh. We're joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee. Lee, baby.
Hey.
Pagong's still getting Pagong.
I mean, it is the Pagong tribe. And now
Pagong.
I'm seeing why someone in the comments of our last video said that Colleen was the first pick to be on All Stars. She said no, and they got Jenna ass. Who said that?
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Oh, one of these last few podcasts they said that.
I think it was in the live chat, actually.
Oh, maybe.
I remember seeing it as well.
But that is insane. Like, at first I was like, well, Jenna had the overarching story, but I'm seeing now Colleen was the last of the Pagong tribe. I would have 100% thought Jenna would be the lasting one, or even at this part, Jervis, like Colleen.
Yeah.
She's truly had no real storyline this entire time.
It wasn't until recently that that she became like anything, no shade. Like these last 2 episodes, she kind of woke up and this like, let's get them, girls.
Like, I'm not gagging. Like, I'm really not gagging. Yeah. But so, and then they said, and this is the comments too, Colleen was so popular at the time. What made Colleen so popular? Was it just she's pretty? Because she's a pretty girl, very pretty girl. Beautiful. But I'm trying to figure out why else would you like her? I mean, I will say, I like people based on the game now, so maybe because it wasn't about the game.
Underdog, yeah.
America's sweetheart, yeah.
How was she America's
sweetheart? It was Ren Davis in the comments. They said the exact same thing.
But I don't see. I'm gonna just shut up on it. But
you wear short shorts, I wear t-shirts. He's in the bleacher and I'm chica. You
don't even know the lyrics.
I don't even know the lyrics, bitch. That's Taylor Swift.
Wow.
If you can see that I'm the one who understands you, been here all along, why can't you see?
We sound just like her. That's sad.
We're eating her up, actually.
That's sad.
There's no shade Taylor Swift fans out there. I mean,
I'm so sorry. Great white, beautiful gowns.
I actually love that song though, so I'm not even gonna get on my
beautiful gowns for sure.
Because I'm scared of the Swifties. No shade. I'm more scared of the
Swifties.
I'm more scared of the Swifties than the Barbs. Okay, because the Swifties. They'll get in your ass.
I think the Swifties are nice.
Some of them will get in your ass in a very derogatory way. And it's no shade. I know y'all out there. I mean, I hate the American sweetheart trope, the American sweet boy trope. The idea of an all American. I'm
just confused why she's the American sweetheart, because I thought that meant like. I guess I just associated it with like innocence in a way, and I don't get that from her. So maybe like I'm misassociating.
It's genuinely just the face. Like she has an innocent face, but nothing that's came out of her mouth is innocent.
That's what I'm saying. Like she doesn't give that personality at all. She's kind of cunty. So I don't know. I like her though.
Honestly.
I like her. She's really cool, but she wouldn't have been my honestly
trying to do that trope to this day, which is very interesting.
Yeah, they do. Even though she's the last one standing, I still would have preferred Jenna personally. I don't know why. Something about Jenna gives dynamic. Something about Colleen. And then apparently on All Stars, Jenna is dynamic, so I think she proves it. But something about Colleen to me is just like one note. So.
Very much. But hey, we love a fan favorite. Miss Congeniality or fan favorite? What do you think?
Fan favorite. If they had one, they would vote. Does Survivor not do a fan favorite thing? They don't, right?
No, they did Sia for a minute, but she said, I'm not paying you hoes no more.
It feels weird because Survivor is such an American show that it feels like it should have like a fan favorite kind of vote. I'm not gonna lie, but the fact that they've never done it this entire time is kind of funny to me. Like it just feels so Survivor-y. Like,
oh brother,
it's
I got shit falling off the wall, girl. Hold on,
girl, go get that shit off the wall. I know that's right. But yeah, it seems so family friendly. Like it seems like a great way to engage people. So I'm surprised they didn't do it, but hey, we move. Oh, they had a sprint.
Especially because America would have gave Sari her money tenfold by now.
Oh, so they used to have a sprint fan favorite award during the 20s.
Wow,
I don't
think
I knew that. Sprint
I've only had T-Mobile and AT&T.
Oh my god, I forgot that Sprint was even a thing.
I think it's still a thing, ain't it? Or did they get bought out?
I
don't hear nobody talk about Sprint no more. So
okay,
I think she got out.
The fan favorite award, later called Sprint Player of the Season for sponsorship purposes, is a special title earned by a contestant for being the most popular with the audience for their season. This contestant receives an extra prize that is separate from their talent fee from appearing on the show. History.
Yeah,
The
who won
first
it?
fan favorite award was revealed during Survivor All Stars, where the viewers voted the most popular All Star. In Panama.
Oh, same with Big Brother, right?
No.
The first fan favorite award was in All Star 7.
Oh, it was All Stars. It was because I want to say 6 because I thought Janelle got it, but I don't think she got it until 7. So I think it is All Stars. Yeah, very interesting. And then it changed to Sprint Player of the Seasons during China, Caramo, and da 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 da.
So who are the winners? Did they have the list of the winners?
They do have the list of the winners. The first person to ever get it was Rupert. Actually.
Okay, interesting. Makes sense. That's why he kept getting brought back. No shade. I like Rupert. Y'all.
I loved Rupert on his first season. I loved him on All Stars too.
What was his first season? Sandra's season?
Yeah.
Didn't care for him. I'm not gonna lie.
And
Heroes versus Villains, he annoyed me. But then that moment in Blood versus Water when he gave his spot to his wife, that was very endearing. That was very endearing. I don't know. I can see why people like Rupert, but I feel like Rupert's the personality that we still get today who are just boring. Like he's that first of like.
He's not boring.
I mean, maybe I just don't remember, but when I watched Sandra's season, I don't recall him being interesting.
What? You're insane.
I mean, that's why we're doing the rewind. I get to see it again, but I was never gagged by Rupert. I'm sorry, no, he never.
I didn't love him. I saw him first on Heroes versus Villains. Didn't care for him.
He annoyed me on Heroes versus Villains. Black Widow said he was kind of eating. The whole entire Heroes tribe and Heroes versus Villains pissed me off round after round. Literally, all of them were pissing me off. So I don't really have many positive thoughts about anyone who was a hero other than Sari.
Yeah, I wasn't gagging, but in his original season, I really, really loved him. Like I fell in love with him when I watched Pearl Islands for the first time. I was like, oh my god, I get it. And he was on All Stars. I just love him. Sari also won on Panama.
Diva.
Ozzy won on Cook Islands. James won twice.
Sense. James won twice. Oh, yeah, America saw that body Adi and knew.
No, he has a great personality.
He also has a great personality, but he also has a great body language. Okay, him winning twice is actually insane, though. I live for that.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
Russell won twice as well. I know that's right. Yes, give that man his money.
This makes sense because these people came back so many times. Like,
yeah.
Why didn't they keep this going?
Ozzy won.
Ew, Malcolm. That also makes sense. I liked Malcolm his first season.
I never liked Malcolm.
I loved him his first season, but every time he came back, I liked him less and less.
Yep, real. I always had a bad taste in my mouth with Malcolm and Denise. When I watched their first season, I was always like, meh. And then both the time when they came back, I hated them. I'm like, I could tell. I barely liked them the first time.
This is sending me Black Widow Brigade. Rupert was also really popular because of Hagrid from Harry Potter was around that time. That actually makes a lot of sense. He's
very Hagrid coded. Though.
He is.
I think that's why I like him a lot. He's so.
It's a very comforting presence.
Yes, it is. I really do like him because of that. It reminds me of the uncle in Avatar: The Last Airbender, Zuko's uncle. I like him.
Very much that. Oh my god.
Wise and old. He's not even that old.
You're gonna make me want to watch Avatar again, girl, because that is so rewatchable.
I actually have a poster of Avatar, like this size.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
And it's like it's not up; it's rolled up. Because I need a frame before I put it up. But it's so cute, and it's Zuko and Aang like fighting. I love Zuko. I'm a cosplay as Zuko for my next.
Oh yeah, the Blue Ninja. What's his name?
Whoa.
What's it called?
The Blue Spirit.
The Blue Spirit. I mean, he was Ninja-y.
He was Ninja-y. I gotta get the swords though. I ordered the mask. It's supposed to be coming. I gotta make the rest of it, and then I gotta get the swords or whatever.
The what?
Swords.
The W is silent.
Swords. I'm not sure that the W is silent. I think people say
no, the W is silent.
Sword. Pass me that sword.
Sword.
I think it's supposed to say the W. Just it flows. So
you ain't supposed to say that W.
Sword.
Yes, the W in sword is silent.
The W in sword. How about Fiona Apple says? How about them Fiona Apples? Who is Fiona Apples?
I've heard her name before, but
it sounds familiar. I know Fiona from
She's an American songwriter. These are some songs: "Criminal," "I Want You to Love Me," "Shamika." Okay, Shamika.
Is she black?
"Sleep the Dream," "Pure Imagination." No,
she does look black. No, she looks black. She looks like Haley Steinfeld. I mean Haley. She looks 1/8. Her mom.
Boy, if you don't get the fuck out my face.
Yeah, that's what she looked like for sure.
Yeah, she looks familiar. I don't know from what.
I don't know about familiar.
Something in her face have like a early 2000s familiarity.
It does, but
well, she kind of looks like Maddie a little bit when in these younger days from Dance Moms.
Oh, I see that. Funko, my Funkos. I have a lot, Henny. Right here is Celia, Wally, Harry Potter, and not Hagrid, but that other man, Dumbledore, who's gay. But I have a lot more. I have Mean Girls Funkos. I have a lot of Marvel MCU Funkos.
You got that big ass Woody.
I got a big ass Woody Funko. I got a big ass Michael Jackson Funko. I have Tupac. I have Candyman. I have Carrie. Love Carrie. She's a cunt.
Ooh, she's cunty.
She's cunty. So yeah, a lot. I'll show y'all one day all of them. But anyways, boom. Let's get into the motherfucking episode. Let me pull the girls up, right? We have 2 big on left.
Only 11 days left, child. That's what they said.
11 days. 2 Pagong, Sean, and then the Tagi 4. No, that's right. So we start off. They admit to the tribe, that Jervis was going to be the one who went last round, but they decided to just do Jenna. Probably because Sean was just doing Jenna. He played.
It was like, fuck it.
They was like,
Sean is the most annoying person ever, and now all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, hey, let's do an alliance, but you have to do all of the work, but I'm willing to be in it."
Like what? Shut the fuck up. He's so fucking stupid and weird. But anyways, he's still walking around. At first, he was still walking around claiming he didn't even know there was an alliance. Colleen calls him an idiot. She's like the 10th person to call him an idiot. Sue called him an idiot. Colleen called him an idiot. Jenna called him an idiot.
He's just a dummy at this point. A dumb A.
It's very bad. It's very, very, very bad. But yes. So Sean then tells the tribe, he's like, look, I feel like I've been accidentally putting targets on people with my strategy. So I didn't even know I was actually playing the game that I didn't think I was playing. So I guess I gotta play. Top 5 most. I think he is the most annoying Survivor player.
I have never been this annoyed by someone on this goddamn island. Oh my god! I'm interested though because this era of this first season of Survivor, there are so many archetypes that we see, of course, expanded over time and more fleshed out and thought out because the game has changed. Mm-hmm. But I'm interested to see in this rewind how long we stay in this pocket. Because I feel like there are going to be more of people like Sean in this era. I don't know. I kind of get that sense. Mm-hmm. Or like just obviously dumb people who are not voted. Like, how long are we going to stay in this bracket of the girls don't know how to play? Like, the girls are just flailing around.
What's crazy is I don't remember. I could be wrong. But I don't remember feeling this way about any of the other seasons coming up. So either I wasn't paying attention. It was a long time ago.
Or they caught on real fast.
But I feel like I remember thinking these girls are playing the game, but I could also be gassing because I love Africa. Africa is my favorite season.
I'm excited.
Not my favorite season, but I just love Africa. I don't know, something about it is just so comforting. It just feels so comforting to me. So we'll see.
I'm excited only because it's like I have never even tried to watch these older seasons of Survivor. Like, ever even tried, really. Mm-hmm. I think the earliest I've went back is Sandra's season. Was Sandra's season before Suri?
It was.
So that's the earliest season of Survivor I've ever seen. And I didn't even try to go back to here. So I'm like, I'm just excited to see how this game was really just like created. Like, I cannot wait to keep going with this. Yeah. I'm kind of sad. I'm happy because it's my sister Nayanka, but I'm sad that we're doing 21 next because I kind of want to stay in this early era. I just really never watched it, but I'm also ready to gag over Nayanka, so it's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's my diva. And it's also going to be fun. It's going to be so fun to see the difference from season 1 to season 21.
Yeah, the dichotomy of it all. Black Widow Brigade, I agree. This was my favorite fucking alliance. Rob, Giuseppe, and Sean. Oh, I love
Rob was working with the blacks.
Girl, yes.
Bob, and he was fine.
And he was fine. Boston Rob, he's only true. Like, I feel so bad for the people who've only seen him in these like 20, 30 seasons because y'all, he's so amazing.
if y'all didn't watch our traders coverage, like Boston Rob, the only Boston Rob I've seen of him was Heroes versus Villains first. Hated him on Heroes versus Villains. And I'm not going to lie. And you could judge me if you want. I didn't know at the time. I was a child. I didn't have social media like that. I liked Russell. I did. After Samoa, I thought his strategy was so nasty. Going into Heroes versus Villains, I was rooting for him. I was rooting for Poverty. I was rooting for the Villains tribe. And Rob was just this annoying old, like, oh, we're not going to use idols, and you're not going to do that, and you're not going to do that. I'm just like, And then they brought him back for Redemption Island, and I felt like they set Russell up, no shade. And then with Rob, they gave him a tribe of people who were all mesmerized by him that would just basically let him run to the end. It was very much Derek Lavassiere coded, but it's like he got that because he was this legend in the game. And then we get to Winners at War, wasn't gagging. So I need to see the gagging seasons. I don't know. Fine, Boston Rob. The Boston Rob we have today is the only Boston Rob I've known, and I do not have a soft spot in my heart.
That's very unfortunate. Fine, Boston Rob eats down. I love him so much. I just want to.
And if he working with Vesepio, girl, I'm already standing a little bit more, so I can't wait to see that. But like with the Brigade, you need to get here when we get to Cook Islands and Fan versus Favorite 1. Because when I tell you, Poverty seasons are literally my favorite seasons of all time. Hero vs. Villains, Cook Islands, and Fan versus Favorite 1 are like definitely in my top 5 or top 10. Amen. Like those seasons are insane.
Amen. I know that's right, child. Boom. So Rich is being annoying as always. He's super, super cocky, super, super annoying. He's making these slick comments about how he got the votes last. He's like, oh, I guess people are waking up to play the game and kiki and coo and making all these comments. Jervis has a diary when he says, well, you know, Rich is being very cocky and there's not even really an official alliance. Why not? There should be. But yeah, Richard is being very, very cocky. So we flash to Sue. Sue says, my strategy has been to play like I'm the dumb redneck so people can just tell me all the information. And that's exactly what Richard Hatch has been doing. She's eating him up.
I feel like
just my sister.
It's interesting how in some shows, from the outside looking in at least, it seems like you only need to have certain relationships or strategies with like certain people. You know what I mean? Because since Richard, Rudy, Kelly, and Sue have been controlling the votes from pre-merge and now even into merge, it's like Sue is saying this, but like that only applies to Richard. You know, no one else seems to be telling her much other than Kelly, maybe, but even Kelly is all, you know, all over the place. So it's like, it's interesting that like the game is kind of just in this pocket, you know,
it is,
and you kind of just have to like play the best within that, which it seems like Sue is set up in the best position because Richard tells her a lot. Kelly likes her as well. You would think Sue is about to win Survivor Borneo.
You would.
So what the hell happens?
What the fuck happens? But she eats this up. I love this strategy. It's very, very meticulous of her. And it's like, you know, it's the first iteration of it. So I really, really just like it because it's like, I'm playing in this man's face and he don't know because he is telling her, we should cut Kelly when we get to the end, and it should be you and me, and da 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 da. And she's going back, and she's telling Kelly, she said to the diary, she's like, I didn't want to tell Kelly too early, because you know she gets a little radical. I wanted to save it, and then at the end, I wanted to tell her. So now she's telling Kelly that, oh, Richard is plotting against us. We need to make sure we're sniping him out, and he's not sniping us out, because Sue really wants to go to the end with Kelly. So she's really trying to lock this in. This is the issue. I will say the one issue with her plan, and I know it's very early and it's the first iteration, she's losing to Kelly 100%. All of Pagong is voting Kelly because Kelly is best friends with Jenna and best friends with Colleen, and they all
made great relationships with them. Yeah.
So they
think that she's being pulled into the dark side, girl. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Let me get into Kelly ass real quick because I'm starting to get annoyed. I am. Girl, you was one of the first people on this damn show to mention alliances. And what's annoying me about Kelly a little bit is that she really just don't want to work with these old ass people. Let's just be real. Let's just say in her mind what she's thinking. She don't want to work with the old people. She want to work with the young girls. That's why the first girl who went home on on Tagi, Stacy, she wanted so bad because she was the only other young girl. And then after that, it was like, well, I guess I'm up in this group. But she was talking hot shit at first. It gave her, yeah, we're in the alliance, and you just have to play the game. I mean, if you're not in the game, get cut, bitch. Like, I don't understand. Now, all of a sudden, because she tired of working with them, I mean, I just feel like I
This is
got brought
boring,
to the
isn't it?
dark side and I made a deal with the devil and I just don't. Kelly, you just want to work with the young people.
Real.
Just say that. You're bored. You're bored. You can't relate to them. You don't like them like that.
Yeah.
Just say that, girl. Don't sit up here and make it seem like you got forced into this because now if people on the outside are looking at it like that. And that's not the case at all, girl. Kelly, you wanted to be in this alliance and you know you did.
You clocking it. Ooh, clock her bad, clock her bad, clock her bad.
Girl, that's the thing. When you're getting fed Big Macs every night, you can sit here and have these theories and things, girl.
What kills me about Kelly
is Kelly.
What kills me about Kelly is she really is kind of iconic because she said all of that, complain, and then she said, "But I don't think I'm gonna leave it yet because it is."
That's what she did last episode. She said, "I don't like them, but I'm not voting one of them out," because she could have sent one of them home.
She could have, but she's not gonna do it.
Not doing that.
She's not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna vote you, Jenna, but I will vote.
Right. I'll vote Sean real quick. Like, girl, please. So she's being very slick, and I think she is playing the jury pretty well because she didn't vote out. She did not vote out Jenna, who was a very liked jury vote for her. It's like she's slick, and I feel like she thinks she's playing me. You're not playing me. I know what you're doing. You're gonna
that is what's so frustrating, especially when you hear it in today's age of like, because this person is playing strategic, they're all of a sudden a bad person. Mm-hmm. Even Kelly is saying that now. I didn't want to come out here and do these things and be this person. And it's like, no, you are still playing the game. You are still playing the game. And we see it last episode 10, sorry, 48, where Joe is talking about how this is a dog-eat-dog game and there are people at the bottom and they have to go. Yet he said all of these things about integrity and morality. Last episode, he turned on his closest ally. This episode, well, not his closest, but one of his closest allies.
Right.
And this episode, he is blatantly saying this game is cutthroat and you have to play it. So it's like, stop with the morality police and play the goddamn game. That's exactly why Nicole and Hardy lost in Big Brother 2. Because they sat up there and they claimed so much how integral and honest they were. They got to the end game successfully, well, minus Hardy, but Nicole definitely. And she lost because they felt like, girl, you're playing in our faces.
Rightfully
Be real. Be honest, but like be open about your gameplay. And that's what I find so interesting, that even in these early seasons, unless you're Danielle Reyes, like apparently, you still succeed by playing the game hard, cutthroat, backstabby. And even Danielle still made fun of too, and is regarded as one of the best players to ever play the game. So it's like people need to stop acting like that you're on this show and y'all are playing. I don't even know. What do they think they're playing? Genuinely, what do they think they're playing? Life? Like, I don't understand.
Literally. Like, life, Monopoly, bitch.
You know you're in a game where you want to get to the end to make $1 million. How do you plan to do that?
Child, we'll see, Kyle. After this, Jervis gets a note that reads that his son was born today at 3:05 a.m. Good for him. Very funny that he gets information like this. I wonder, like, do they tell them if his son born?
For that. It gives this season. I'm assuming it's only this season, right? That they get to bring stuff to the island.
No, it's all the way up until Vesepia.
Oh, I live. Okay, what season is Vesepia? 6?
4.
4. Okay, I don't know shit about these early seasons. That's yeah, and they changed it because my diva Vesepia won because of it. Yep. Well, I ain't gonna say won because of it. She ate them hoes up.
And won.
Yes. It feels more like shipwrecked vibes. Like, oh girl, we fell on the plane.
It does.
And then crashed.
Yeah, it does. Which is very interesting. I wonder what season it was that they brought a flag. Did they bring a flag this season? One of these seasons they brought a whole flag and used it as a tarp. I was like, that's cunty. But yeah.
I wouldn't mind them still being able to bring an item. Certain stuff I just feel like it's so cunty.
I agree, and I feel like it doesn't really change anything, but they've done this weird. I think they think it does because they're on this whole, let's give them less rights and less this, and this is going to make it more interesting. We don't really care as viewers, and I feel like they don't realize that. So, yeah.
Buse says they actually had a rewards from home up until Worlds Apart-ish. It lasted a while, but they just didn't show them.
Oh, interesting.
That actually pisses me off. Kobe in Australia brought the Texas flag.
That's what it is.
Texas? This ain't Texas.
So that's next season. That'll be interesting because apparently there is somebody from that season on 50, but it's all rumors. But I wouldn't be surprised if they got someone from season 2.
Girl, at this point, I am kind of gagged to see the Survivor 50 cast because the rumors are all over the place.
Everywhere, bitch.
On it, like I feel like everyone's gonna be gagged when this cast drops because it's so many rumors, and I'm thinking some of them have to be bullshit.
Rudy says a Polaroid camera as a personal album. That would be cute.
That
Who would
would
you
be
bring,
cute to
Lee?
take these memories. Like, girl, they don't want them to do anything.
Yeah,
But this is what I find so crazy though, because Stefan also mentioned that Richard Hatch is the first winner, and it's like the fact that Dr. Will was also the first winner of Big Brother. Like, it's insane to me that they won, and this idea of like being morale, especially in Big Brother. I don't know Survivor yet. It's still apparent.
Right.
It's like the first winner of the game didn't play like that. What makes you think it's Survivor 48?
Right.
You can play like that. Just
And
be
then you
fucking
don't.
for real.
And they don't. You can't. You can't. You can't. And you know that. And that's okay. Fuck. But we move.
Yeah, no, Fiona Apples, I don't think anyone is actually confirmed for Survivor 50. I think it's just a bunch of rumors. I've seen people say this is like, oh, definite of what's happening. Honestly, I've just stopped believing it all because I don't think nobody know what they're talking about at this point.
Yeah, it's all rumors until I see Jeff say it, honestly. But yes, he gets a note that his son was born. Apparently, he has 2 kids from a previous marriage, 2 kids from this marriage, or not marriage, relationship, and 2 kids from this relationship. And a lot of people got a lot of shit to say about it. Rudy is like, you know me, I wouldn't have kids out of wedlock. I don't necessarily understand why you would do something like that. Personally,
Rudy always
this is what's wrong with these kids.
Rudy always pop in like the angry old uncle to say his little conservative viewpoint and then drop off. I at least love that he's not trying to push it on nobody.
I was just going to say that.
Say what you got to say and then move on. We get it.
I respect Rudy because he will say all of his opinions sometimes in front of people, sometimes not in front of people. But he's not walking up to Jervis. I don't know why you're doing this, that. He's not doing that. And I can appreciate that. Just say it to the diary room, say it to yourself, say it out loud, and move forward. Don't just be berating people. Nowadays, people want to berate people about the shit they do. Mind your business, child. But yes, very, very funny.
Mind your business, child.
Rich and Sue, they discuss how they would have hated to be on the Pagan tribe because they're stupid, immature, and silly and flaky. And then they said, Kelly kind of like that too, but we gonna let it slide.
Am I tripping, or was that a very uneven division though? It did seem like Tagi had a lot more older people, or did they just take out all the young people? Because I honestly can't remember who was all there.
I can't remember either, but I remember because on Pagan they had BB who was older, Gretchen who was older for sure.
Oh, Gretchen was older?
Gretchen was older than them. Not like old. I think she was like Sue's age. Gretchen was like Sue's age. BB was damn near Rudy's age. And then who else? But I will say on Tagi, the only older people were Sue, Rudy, and Richard. They just all linked up. I'm pretty sure everybody else was young because they had all them young boys. Sean, that weird
Dirk. So the young people from looking at this picture looks like it was Stacy.
Yep, Kelly.
I guess is Sean considered in that?
Yes.
Dirk and Kelly. So that's 4 out of the 8.
8, yeah. And then on the other tribe, it was definitely Colleen, Greg,
Jervis, and Jenna.
Yep.
Ramona looked young too, but black just don't crack.
Yeah.
Joel was pretty young too. No, they had BB and Gretchen were the only older people.
Sonya wasn't Sonya on that tribe?
No, Sonya was on Tagi.
Wow. So yeah. So it was just BB and Gretchen on that one on Pagan. They did have a lot of the younger ones.
That's what I also felt like was so unfair about Redemption Island. Like on Rob's tribe, it seemed like there were a lot more younger people who were impressionable, and they put Russell with all the older people. And then Russell was able to get the 2 young girls, but it wasn't enough numbers. All the other older people on the tribe linked up and said, "We're getting this man up out of here." Like very specific. I clocked that immediately, but it is what it is.
So yeah, that is probably a little true. They were just a little bit less mature, and I feel like because they did, all of them seem to eventually catch on. Greg caught on before he went home. Jenna caught on before she went home. Colleen caught on before she went home. It just took them some time, which is unfortunate because it probably is because they're younger. They were less concerned about the game. I think they were more concerned about having fun and fucking in the woods and all of that. But with these older people, it's like they here, if they're going to be out here, they're here to win this money or do something, I feel like Sue, Rudy, and Richard are all very determined. So it's like they don't have all these sidetracked thoughts and all of this other shit. So I do think it made a difference.
I do like that it feels like there's a shift, though. Like, it seems like everyone at some point is like, okay, I understand how this game is played. Yeah. And I think that's why Richard Hatch seemed to have won it by the end, because they realized, oh, like, this is the game. This is how it's actually played, like, to all of them to a certain extent. And I like that. Like, I'm excited to see what the questions are going to be, what the jury is going to be like when we get to that final two. Because even with all of that, I feel like Rich is going to get a lot of backlash, but he still wins. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to see what's the tea. And nobody spoiled it, but I'm also trying to see the vote count. Because that's going to be interesting.
Very interesting.
Yes, Bousse, Stephanie Valencia Queen. I wanted her on Second Chances so bad. I put my vote in. I put my vote in for her and for Sabrina. I don't know how neither one of them got in, but girl, I was so over it. See, the girls knew PG and stuff. I didn't know PG. I wouldn't
love PG down.
That pisses me off. That pissed me off. I was like, where? These are the girls I know.
So, they did the reward. They got to race across these balance beams, and it's like eliminator style. Jervis ends up eating that up. He give everybody a slice of his pizza, and then he called his family. Cute for him. Real nice, real fun, right? Then later on, we get immunity. The immunity is literally a fire making challenge.
That is so
that was
cute.
Hilarious. That was very hilarious. It was like kind of like done up because it was a bigger fire, a bigger rope, and then they had to swim out to get their fire, their torch on lit, so that way they can bring it back. They tried to add elements, but really it was just fire making. Richard ate them the fuck up. I will say, if you're doing the outwit, outlast, outplay of it all, and it's like, are you helping around camp and getting fish? Richard does eat that shit up. He really eats on all categories. No shade. Like he really does, because
and it's like he was able to have like this small little circle and still like run through this game like a Tomb Raider. Like it's actually insane. Did he do well on All Stars?
He did.
No. Didn't they say all the people who, I feel like someone in the chat said everyone who made it far flopped on All Stars.
Yeah, they got him out. But I remember him still having an impact. Maybe it was just the impact of making Sue quit. Could have just been that impact. But I remember him on All Stars. So I was like, he did something, but probably not eat it up like that.
Ooh, Brown Charlie says Sabrina said she was recruited by a random email by a Survivor casting producer just based on a picture online.
Oh, wow.
And Diva got on that island and ate it up. She's one of my favorite Black contestants. I really would love if she gets brought back to Survivor 50. And no shade, Rudy, I'll give you this, because Rudy was like, I'm currently watching Survivor China and I love PG. PG ate in China. See, I didn't watch China at the time of the vote. I did go back and I did watch it. Now that I need her on Second Chances, the way she was acting on Second Chances, she was cracked. But look, I just had other people in mind. But I'll let y'all have it on PG. I'll let y'all have it.
She was a fan favorite.
All the legends and winners pre-gab. They said, bitch, y'all have to go.
Real.
They said, we're getting you hoes up out of here.
Very
okay. I live.
Real. Oh my God. I just remember, what's his name? Lux? I want to say his name is Lux. He's like an OG. No, I don't know if it's Lux. It's something like that. But I loved him. Lex Luthor? No, what is this?
Lex sounds familiar. Lex.
It is Lex. I loved Lex.
Vandenberg.
I loved Lex down. What's Lex's original season, y'all? Is it Africa? Ethan is on Africa, and I didn't love Ethan.
Yeah, Africa, Survivor Africa.
I loved him. Survivor Africa is so good.
I like the tattoos.
I miss Africa, but I love Lex. Lex reminds me of like the OG version of like Coach, and like that random.
Now that makes me sad now.
Or like Coach Tyson. He's like Tyson Coachy for me. He's like that archetype for me.
Did anyone else find it hilarious when Coach lost South Pacific? I don't like
he lost.
Coach and Brandon and their little religious cult that season was so
not religious cult. That weird. Is what it was.
It was
Brandon's
so weird. It felt like Paul energy without the like abrasiveness. Like it was so culty. So seeing him lose, I was like, yes. It's hilarious because a lot of people, especially the men, because they get brought back all the time, who've come back multiple times, won. And Coach is one of the few that did not.
Yeah.
Did not.
Neither is Pinner. I need Pinner to win 50. So
Pinner is not gonna, the way Pinner plays Survivor. The way he plays Survivor is not going to happen. He's going to
grow. He's grown for that. That was years ago. He's going to grow. He's going to switch it up, and he's going to win. I need Pinner to lock in for one time, just one time. You can't go in there playing like fucking Bucky Barnes. He want to be the alternative man every fucking time. Just play. Just please, just be regular.
When I learned who Tyson was based on his previous seasons, especially Hero vs. Villains. I was shocked to see that he played so well in Blood vs. Water. Like, that was a really, really good season for him.
It was a decision. Like, with Tyson, and this is what I need Pinner to do. Tyson decided to put himself aside and decide to win the game. And I feel like people like him, like Pinner, they have to choose to want to win, or else they won't, because they're going to let themselves, their personality will take over. They have to actively decide every single day that they are going to want to win the game. And I want Pinner to do that, because that's what Tyson did. Tyson didn't want to play the way he played. He doesn't like playing that way. He likes going in there and being a fool. So I feel like it was just a decision. He's like, you know what? Let me win real quick.
Let me get
Let me get this coin real quick and then move forward.
I really want to go back and watch Second Chances. One, because I love it. Eats. But also I need to like analyze Jeremy's game. I really do.
Oh, he's comfy.
Because I feel like at the time I was so young, I didn't understand the game perspective, and I had so many faves in that cast. I was like, damn, like, ooh, like I didn't really pay attention to like the control he had, but like I hear so many people call him like this, like they consider him one of the legends of the game. Yeah, so I was like, I need to get into that tea.
I'm excited. Here go DJ Burnett, child. Shout out to DJ Burnett.
Making it rain. 1.75.
She did this. She lobbying for votes, bitch. Y'all better listen. She said, Jersey Shore season 2 recap. Please, nephews, I'll pay. I know that's right. I will say the girls have been voting for the reality rewind. I'll bring it up later, but the girls have been voting. Some of the girls voted Jersey Shore, so maybe you got a chance. Who knows?
This is something, Brown Charlie, this is definitely something that we want to do. And that's the reason why we're doing this rewatch, because, you know, we're definitely big brother people. It's like, I know, to me, I'll speak for myself here. Survivor was always on like that secondary. I got into the Survivor first, which is crazy. It's just over time, the game, it really lost out for me. It did. So I'm excited to like get the full scope, because I love being able to call back to things in Big Brother, and I feel like I can't do that enough in Survivor. So I'm excited, because now I can call back and say, this person did this, and this strategy happened here. So I'm excited for that.
Very much so. So yes, Richard Hatch wins immunity. We go back to the tribe, and that kind of fucks up the plan that Colleen and Jarvis and them had, because they were going to try to vote Richard. Very much the same thing that's happening on 43, where they wanted to vote Joe. 43. What season are we on? 48. Where they wanted to vote Joe, and they wanted to band together. Joe won immunity, and they was like, well, shit, never mind. And that's basically what the fuck happened, because they couldn't do Richard anyways, so they had to take all of that back. But we get back to the tribe. Colleen and Jervis, they making shirts with targets on them. Well, Jervis has a target on his, and Colleen has a duck, because she's a sitting duck. And Jervis is the number one target or something.
They funny. I wonder why I wonder if they called Jervis for All Stars. Do y'all know that, T? Because like for him he seems like, I don't know how the audience perceived him. Maybe because I'm black. I like Jervis. Like I
he's very all-star-y.
So the fact that it took him all the way to Blood vs. Water to come back is interesting to me. But that's another reason why I'm happy that we have the BIPOC rule for Survivor 50, because I think there is going to be a lot of minority cast that we have not seen in years, probably, especially if they're pulling from the older seasons. Because, girl, who are they?
Very true. Very, very true.
What if they get Jervis? That would be kind of funny. We just talked about him.
They need to get Sean Rector.
They need to get Nayanka.
Nayanka not coming back.
They need to get Natalie Cole.
It's gonna rain. What they do need to get Natalie Cole.
That Natalie Napalm, baby. This needs to be a 20-player cast for sure.
1000%. Nothing less, and it should be 2 tribes of 10.
They need to do like 24, but they're not gaggy like that.
It needs to be 2 tribes of 10.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be 2 tribes. I think even the locals are tired of the 3 tribe shit.
Like, come on now, King. So
that's Sean from Vesepia season.
It actually needs to be a 24 player cast. It needs to be 12 and 12. 100%. That's Sean from Vesepia season. He fine as fuck, girl.
I wonder what the tribe divisions are going to be then, you think?
I would hope, this is what I hope. 12 and 12, 12 old school, 12 new school. And then
where is the cutoff?
Right in the half, 25. If you played after 25, you new school. If you played before 25, you old school. Period.
Mm-hmm. Was Sean Rector the man from Vesepia season though?
Yeah, he was fine as fuck. He black.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Was that the one who was like, he voted for her? He was like, yeah.
Yep.
I can't wait to see it. I love blackness. I do.
Child. So they go back to the tribe. Sean approaches Jervis and he says, I'll vote with y'all if y'all can get Kelly on y'all side. You know, that bullshit. They try to get Kelly. Clearly, Kelly is not going to lose the game for them. No shade. She's not going to do it. And Richard does make a comment. He clocks. He says, Kelly trying to dip her toes over there with them young kids, and he's this is what he says. He says she could have consequences, and we haven't decided. And then he said, we were like, oh my God,
he's hilarious. What's actually it's funny as well, and this is nothing to take away from Richard, but I think he is benefiting a lot from just incompetence on the island. And he really is. I mean, Jervis, Colleen, Kelly, and Sean could have easily linked up here.
Yeah.
They could have. They could have. Now, unless, Kelly is truly like, okay, but I feel like modern day Survivor, right? That would have happened. I can definitely see these four being like, boom, or like maybe not modern day because the 40s is, but the 20s to 30s era. I don't know. It's just like, damn, there's a lot of situations where like the numbers are literally there. The numbers are there.
Yeah.
Y'all just cannot seem to get it together.
Yeah.
At all.
I think Kelly's relationship with Sue is what's holding her to this. Like even last round, I think her final two that she has with Sue is keeping her from doing anything because she knows in the back of her mind, her and Sue are going to cut Richard and Rudy and they're going to be the final two. So this is a winning. She does have a winning path with this group. And I at least appreciate that. Whereas you have people like Mitch in Survivor 48 who don't have any winning path ever, and they're still sucking the dick. Kelly, first of all, Kelly doesn't even want to do it. She's forcing herself to, and she actually has a path to win. So I appreciate something like that, but
I agree with that sentiment.
I don't understand the other.
I just, like I said, back to what I was saying earlier, girl. Kelly, stop acting like you just this saint, girl. Because you was one of the man girlies happy as fuck about being in the alliance, girl. I hate when people try to act like that. Like you're literally in an alliance for safety. Like you're playing the game, mama. You're playing the game.
And you know this. Child. So they head to tribal council. Jeff calls Sean out about the alphabet soup. Sean is like, well, yeah, I guess I did say, like Sue told me, I grew some balls. And from now on, I'm going to grow some balls and I'm going to play. Okay, girl. I hate him. Sue talks about how there are alliances. Colleen says there's obviously alliances and she's a sitting duck. And Sue says, look, people say this game is like real life and it is. And in real life, there are alliances in real life. You got politics and the people in politics have to work together and they're lobbying for votes and they're paying the people off. And then, of course, we have churches and you all go to church for community and an alliance and that. There's alliances in real life. And she's clocking to you. I need Joe to hear this. And Joe and David and them need to hear this.
What's interesting, too, is that she's clocking the tea about why the diversity rule was eventually needed. Because essentially that's what it is. People congregate within community. And when you have one large demographic taking over the cast, well, that's the community that's going to link up together. Like I said, though, I find it so interesting how early reality TV, while I feel like laws and like underground undertones were still very racial. Yeah. It seems like at least in these reality TV shows, they were able to succeed in a way. Like even Jervis making it this far. As it's like Danielle making it to the final two. A lot of older seasons, people who were Black were able to do really well. But Vecepia even winning 4 seasons in, June winning 4 seasons in on Big Brother. It's like we stopped seeing that. Like the racial tensions get worse. Like, and I know we talked about it before, but it's like these conversations are so important because it's like what I'm just so curious what that switch was like. Yeah. Was it the BB-15 era? Was that just
It was Obama. Child.
It was Obama.
They got angry.
It was Obama.
Said, oh, calm down. And they've been mad ever since, child. They got scared. Sense. Yeah, it was less radical back then of a topic because people knew that let's be frank, the white people knew they had the upper hand, so it didn't really matter. It wasn't nothing to think about. But whenever it started getting competitive, they start feeling threatened. And when that threat came,
it's not even competitive. It's just
started getting more equity.
But
it was literally equality, but they felt it was more competitive. And it's like, okay, now we're competing. But
that's and I can see, like, for example, if I am an ignorant white person and I'm watching New Era Survivor, New Era Big Brother, I would hate it too. Because I'm thinking, where is my representation? But people don't realize that equity doesn't mean you're losing representation. It's opening the door for other people to have that representation. But what's annoying is that they'll see Taylor, Xavier, and now Chelsea as a winner and think that somehow it's rigged. And it's like, no, it wasn't rigged when we had who white people in a row. You know what I mean? It wasn't rigged when that happened, when we had, or like Survivor. There is 48 Survivor seasons. And the amount of straight white men that have won is overarching. and that's for a reason. Or just men in general. That's why even in Big Brother, we have currently 2 women winners in the new era and 2 male winners. In Survivor New Era, there's fucking 10 women winners. It's like these things that we thought were normal were never normal. Never normal. And I feel like the ignorant people feel like, well, I'm not.
Now, they think now it's unfair.
And no, you are overrepresented.
Exactly.
You are given an advantage, and now that you don't have that advantage, because you need to step the fuck up.
Clock it. Yeah. Child. So Sue clocks the fuck out of them. And then we get to the vote. We see the Toggy 4 and Sean all vote. Jervis, he decides to stick with a group, and he's sticking with the group he's gonna lose with. And Colleen and Jervis try to vote Sean because they say he's a punk. That's literally what they say. They go in there, they say, Sean is a punk. So he deserved to be voted out. If anybody deserves to be voted out, it's him. So they don't like him. Jervis is gone. And Colleen is the last Pagon standing.
And she about to be out to complete the final.
She gonna win immunity, girl. She gonna win immunity.
If Colleen win immunity, that's my all-star bitch.
She win immunity, bitch.
If Colleen win immunity on these hoes, bitch, I'll get her all-stars myself. Put her on Survivor 50, bitch.
No, okay? For real, bitch. Brown Charlie says, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I love the OG Tribal Council music. Girl, I have not been hearing this music. I haven't listened to this music one time.
I've heard. Are you talking about like the? I can't repeat it, but it's like this season has had a consistent sound, and I do enjoy it as opposed to the modern day. Like it's a little bit more fast paced. Like everything in old era television was so slowly paced. Relax. That's why if you're able to watch Paramount Plus in like 2 times speed, it's like basically new age order because everything is so slow that it's like picking it up doesn't affect the way you're able to receive it. It's like it's like every reality show back in the day was filmed like a soap opera or something. Like A Days of Our Lives. Like
it was very, very slow, very, very chill. But yes, that was the episode. Jarvis went home. We'll be back next time. No shade.
The points the girls was making because Brown Charlie mentioned how they always point to the exceptions to be the standard too. Like just because Earl and Persepian won, everything is okay. Right. That's what they do with Obama. It's very much like, well, he's president, so racism doesn't exist. And then Fiona Apple says majority started realizing minorities can win too. These minorities are included in majority alliances for a reason. So they got there based on strategy they deem unfair and unethical. Because the amount of people who are saying Taylor doesn't deserve it, who are saying that Jag doesn't deserve it, who are saying that Chelsea doesn't deserve it.
Even saying Marianne and them doesn't deserve it. Joe said it. Oh, it was just Gabler who deserved it.
Austin helped D. She didn't do much.
Oh.
And then boom, makes sense considering that Cook Islands and Fiji both had POC winners when they were actually diverse casting. You can even kind of point to that in Big Brother as well. I would say that Big Brother 20 had a little bit more of a diverse cast just because it was newish era. And then Casey won that. And then BB18 was really I think BB18 is one of the first 50% seasons. And Nicole, even though she's a woman, she's a white woman, she's still a woman. And there's not many women winners in Big Brother. So you definitely see that. Even BB11 was pretty diverse, and we still ended up with a non-conventional winner in Jordan. So I just, we see it here and there, and it's proof. It's literally just proof. And not even to say like, oh, they're just better. It's just that when the playing field is even, not even even. That's the thing. Not even even. It's 50%. Not even even. But with a little bit less of an advantage, all of this change has happened. Literally. And people are so mad about it, and that's what like pisses me off. Like, hate to be too woke on the Survivor Rewind. Like, it pisses me off because people will sit up here and say like, I'm not being represented, I don't like it, and this is bullshit, and they're taking over. How the fuck do you think we felt for years?
They don't give a fuck.
Every single character I see on my television screen, white as day. You know what I mean? And it's like, it pisses me off that people who have always been represented for thousands of years are thinking that they have zero. Oh my God, the Little Mermaid is black. How long has the bitch been white?
They truly don't understand. It's weird because they understand it so easily when they feel it. When they feel it. but
And
they
then
don't
on the
understand
other
it any
end,
other
they just
time.
feel it.
Yeah, when they feel it. And they don't understand it any other time. And it's like, oh my God, you're embarrassing. It's just a lack of empathy. It's really a lack of putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, which it makes sense that they would have a lack of empathy because they don't need to empathize. That's not a requirement. For a lot of minority groups, it's a requirement to empathize because of the position we're put in. So we learn it more easily. A lot of people in the majority or who've grown up with wealth or with privilege, they don't have to empathize, so they don't learn to empathize. So when
that's anybody.
they just look crazy. Anybody.
Anybody with in any race, if you grow up with a certain level of privilege, maybe because of economic standards and things like that, they don't get certain things. They truly do not. And as a Black person who is a fan of reality TV, I've always rooted for everybody Black because I've had to. Like, I think back to BB17 with Davon, the one Black girl up in that house, one of the only two minorities other than her and James. Jackie as well. Shout out to my Latina diva. But it's like, I was so gutted when she went home because I have no one else now. Yep. I have no one else that I can watch for the rest of these 80 days that will make me feel like someone like me is represented in that house.
Yep.
And that's why New Era is so refreshing. Like, even I'm thinking about Survivor 48, the majority lines is annoying, but the majority lines is still diverse. It's still people that could pique my interest in some way because it's not a bunch of people that I can never relate to, that a bunch of spaces that I would never fit into. Yep. And as someone who's consuming this media, I deserve to be represented too.
Period. 100%. Child, you eating it up. You clocking it, Henny. But yes. We'll be back next time. Colleen finna go home. Let's see that happen quickly. Low-key, we need a double elimination. Colleen and Sean, bye.
I'm 10 times more invested in this season than Survivor 48.
Way more interesting. Like and what Sue and Kelly are doing is what I was talking about on the last podcast for Survivor 48. I was like, at least if you're in the majority, I wish there was someone else trying to undermine the person who's running it. Like we got with Sabrina and Kim. Like we got with Sue and Richard. Sue is actually trying to snipe this nigga out. There is no conversation about taking out Joe. In fact, it's Kyle saying, we can't do it. No, Joe's my best friend. Please, he's my bestie.
I've shared things with Joe.
I want him to win, please. I want him to win so bad. No. What? Begging for this man to win.
The only time I would sit there and allow someone to just get to the end and win is if I was in there with someone I knew, a relative, a best friend. If I was in there with Pharaoh, girl, I ain't taking it. I mean,
share the money with me.
Bitch. Let them win. I mean, I don't give a damn. But it kills me that people get into these games and they, especially on Survivor, man. Like, y'all are out there for 26 days now, right? Like, what about this relationship is so deep and grand? Like Big Brother, it makes a little bit more sense. But girl, y'all been out here.
He didn't even meet him till day 11. They got tribe swapped together. He barely knows the man. They've been out there for like 15 days.
It would even make more sense in these earlier seasons because the game was so slow paced. Baby, this is 48.
48.
Jesus.
Doesn't make any sense. So shout out to Sue and even Kelly wanting to detract. Is it smart? Is she being a hypocrite? I don't give a fuck. At least she wants to do something.
At least she doing them.
God damn it. Anyways, get into the other shit, y'all. We got other shit coming up, of course. First of all, tomorrow we will be doing our Amazing Race recap. Get into that on Saturday. Not this one, but the next one we'll be getting into our RuPaul's Drag Race recap, of course. Every Monday and Wednesday, we're doing our Love Island recap for the Big Brother Rewind. No, the Reality Rewind. It's eating, get into it. And then
it's so many rewinds, girl.
So many rewinds. And then, of course, be back for Survivor 48 and Survivor Rewind, of course. Also, Big Brother 5 Rewind is coming soon.
Are y'all excited for BB5? Well, if anyone's going to be there, I am excited for BB5. Oh, yeah. Yes, BB5. I'm ready for y'all to talk about Queen Diane. Yeah, Diane is my mama. Diane, when I was watching like the earlier season, she was the first one I was like, I am living. Because of the earlier seasons, that's the furthest I've made it in one. Yeah. I can't remember much, but I remember loving the fuck out of Diane. So I'm excited for 5. I remember at first I was like, I don't know, because 2 through 4 have been gaggy. And I'm like, 5, especially now that we have 6 after 5, I'm like, girl, what is 5 about to give for real? But now that we're closer to it, I'm like,
Also, 5 has the second most people who went to All Stars.
Really?
I think it's 3 of them.
Girl, and they all flopped.
3 of them, they all flopped. But I love.
Why did BB5 get on All Stars and flop like that, bro? That could have been nasty. That could have been nasty.
I think it proves what I felt when I was watching all of the seasons when I did my rewatch. BB5, I didn't have them as strategic players that high. I had them all kind of in the same area of each other, but it wasn't above Danielle Reyes and Will and nobody
That's
like that. I was like,
true.
y'all are cute for within y'all season, and it makes it very competitive because all of y'all are good in this type of way, but no one was dominating.
Yeah, I think every season we've given someone an 8 or a 9. I could see how this could be the season with maybe only one person
They were all sevens for
or
me.
all
No shade.
7 type
They were
shit.
all sevens. I gave the final four the same rating. No, in the final five, I gave four people all the same rating when I did it last time. I was like, y'all are all equal to me. No shade. So we'll see. It's gonna be very, very interesting. But I love Diane on All Stars. I remember thinking no thoughts about her on All Stars, but when I did my rewatch, I was like, oh my god, you're still a little cunty. You're still a little cunty. So I loved her on All Stars. I can't wait to
Girl,
see
what
her
is
this time.
this tea? Buse says Diane didn't get a fair chance.
Oh.
Her roommate apparently called Allison and said she was pre-gaming, so she kind of wanted to quit the whole time.
Oh,
Diane's roommate?
that's
Girl, where is your loyalty, Shannon?
She didn't have none.
I would have kicked that hoe out. You have
That's
to go.
crazy. She
That's
was
crazy.
pre-gaming though.
That's why I'm excited, and it's been so fun being able to find these archives. They're on the Joker's updates if y'all ever want to read them too. But it's literally every single day of feeds, and we get into those as well. So I'm excited to see like Marvin come up with the backdoor strategy, like shit like that. Like I'm so excited, especially All Stars. I know those All Star feeds are going to be tea to read, so I'm excited.
Ooh, let's get into it, Hanny. If you're joining us for our Love Island rewatch, make sure that you watch these episodes. By Monday, watch episodes 8, 9, and 10. And by Wednesday, watch episodes 12, 13, 14, and 15, Henny, because we will be recapping them or whatever.
The girls say the Wednesday episode is going to be tea. So if y'all watched it for the first time with us, girl, 12, 13, 14, and 15 about to be a key.
Also, the votes, the polls are open, bitch.
Girl.
Send in your votes for which show you would like to nominate for the next Reality Rewind season. The top 10 vote getters will be put on the list for the season we will be covering next time. Henny, now,
let's do some clarification. Okay, because some of y'all are sending in votes for Big Brother. Look, any international Big Brother season, you can vote for. Big Brother US, we already have BB Rewind, and we will not be defacting from the schedule that's going in order. Okay. So you do not need to vote for any BB US season. We will do those in order. For Survivor, we have started Survivor Rewind. Any international version is fine. Okay. Survivor US, we're going to get to in chronological order. Okay. Y'all cannot do those because it's basically going to go uncounted. No shade, because I mean it can't count towards nothing. And then also, I said y'all can send in multiple shows. You did. Don't send the same show 20,000 times
because we will ignore it.
We will ignore it, and it's also obvious. The system that we use is clocks to T. Okay, so you can send separate shows, but don't try to get your show on the list by sending it 19, 20 times. We see it, and it's not getting counted, y'all. Only one is getting counted.
If you want us to cover Jersey Shore season 2 and Total Drama, sure. Send Jersey Shore season 2. Send Total Drama later. Later on, you thought of Love Island season 5. Send that. Don't send Jersey Shore season 2, season 2, season 2, season 2, season 2. We will ignore. Good luck. So yes, send in your votes. Make sure you put the season name and the season number. Even if you don't care which season we watch, choose one. Because I saw somebody put like America's Next Top Model any season. Girl, I don't know what
you have to.
I've never seen that show. So go ahead and tell me a season. Choose one. If it's just the first, just choose the first one. Whatever. Choose your season number.
Or I will say this also works. If you say America's Next Top Model 5, 6, 7, we can just randomize.
Yeah.
Or I'll just pick which one I like.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So that works too. So give us at least give us options or whatever. But yes, South Africa is good.
Yeah, Survivor South Africa, the South African version of the show. I've heard that too. So if the girls, y'all have to get y'all shit in. Y'all do. Because I see a lot of girls not saying that. That could be 4 votes right there for Survivor South Africa.
said vote Real World Portland. Buse, I think I saw your.
We need that Hurricane Naya T girl.
I think I saw your vote. No shade. Get into.
I see a lot of the girls voting BG7. That's my preference. I don't want to get her in top 10 and she loses again. That's my only fear. But I voted her.
Love Island dominated. I feel like it might be a closer vote this time. I don't know because I kind of thought so last time, and Love Island bodied the fuck out of the girls.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of the girls still want Jersey Shore season 2. I'm not seeing a lot of girls. The Flavor of Love girls not standing up. I feel like I feel like they lost this one. They said, "Well, we're not voting."
Doesn't work.
Democracy doesn't work.
I don't want to vote.
It's rigged.
It's all rigged anyway.
Girl, we getting paid by DJ Burnett. I mean,
your vote matters. I promise. If the Republicans win one time, the liberals can win the next. You never know. Child. So send y'all votes in or whatever.
The Islanders won this time. The Love Girlies won. They did. So you strategy girlies got to get up into it. I know that some of the drag race girlies, but get y'all show up in there. Get y'all show up in there.
Okay. Also get into the Scripted Kingdom, child. You know I do the shits. Mm-hmm. And thank you.
Wait, somebody had asked too. Fiona Apples asked, girl, what's your letterbox?
Girl, you better go watch the Scripted Kingdom. I'll be saying it on there. But it's
on the Scripted Kingdom, Fiona Apples.
What is my letterbox? It's TLOPHL T-Lo-Phil with 2 L's at the end. Follow me, y'all. I be rating the movies. I be giving my little commentary. And you know I'm a writer, so it gives real. Sometimes it's a big full paragraph. Sometimes I say one word. Sometimes I just say cunty. Sometimes I say flop. Sometimes I say I'm bored. Sometimes I give you a whole. Get into it.
You said T-Lo-Phil with 2 L's?
With 2 L's.
Yeah. Once they post it in the chat, I'll post it.
Boom. There you go. Follow me on But yeah, y'all. We'll see y'all next time. We'll be back.
The fact is this was an hour. And Survivor 48 was goddamn 40 minutes.
We're sick! Or was Survivor 48 sick?
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping it real with the Kingdom, bitch.
We're out.
All that breath.